It was Thursday night when police officers in the vicinity of the Labrie Vieux Fort highway, mere meters away from the Vieux Fort fire station, heard the loud bang of what sounded like a vehicle collision. They responded immediately, coming across the scene of a man sprawled out in the middle of the road, battered and unresponsive. But there was no vehicle in sight. The proactive law enforcement officers went in pursuit of the automobile, which had apparently left the scene of the crash, eventually catching up with the driver of a minibus. The police would also summon emergency crews from the nearby fire station.
On Thursday night at approximately 7 p.m., the officers from the Vieux Fort fire station responded to an incident along the Vieux Fort Labrie highway. Upon arrival, a male individual was found along the roadside, pulseless and breathless. It appeared that he had been hit by a vehicle. However, no vehicle was found on the scene at the time of arrival. The patient was assessed, packaged, and rapidly transported to St. Jude's Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries. Investigations are continuing into the incident.
The victim of the apparent hit-and-run was later identified as 43-year-old Shane Lawrencine, alias Burglar of Bruceville, Vieux Fort. News of her son's death left Margaret Lawrencine paralyzed with shock and immense grief.
When I heard about the news, I was sitting in the balcony. They came to tell me that my son is in an accident, and later I got to know that he's dead. I was very, 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 very sick. I started to cry, and I didn't know what to do.
It must have been a shock to the family?
Yes, it's a shock. It's a very big shock.
Although family members are devastated by their loss, they want the driver of the vehicle, which claimed the life of their loved one, to be held accountable.
I was by my friend in a ghetto, and I heard a thing, but I didn't take it for nothing. So I went and buy a food, and a girl told me she know Burglar is my brother. So Burglar make accident, and a guy had told me that, so I didn't take it for nothing. But I don't mind my brother die. But I gladly get the fella, because I didn't want my brother to be dead and don't know who killed him. But you bounce my brother, you have to stop, and you have to come and see the matter. You can't just, the man is not an animal, just go in. They're not lawman. So I hope Missy can help my mother and try and help the funeral. Because for you didn't stop. I know it's an accident. No man is perfect. But at least you must come and see my mother and reason my family and try and help that funeral.
Margaret Lawrencine says her late son, who had a history of mental illness, was a good-humored soul. She is also awaiting answers from the driver of the vehicle and the authorities in the investigation and the prosecution of this case.
He likes to give jokes. He's everybody's friend. Nobody has a fault against him. He's the best boy that are in Vieux Fort. Everybody is his friend. Everybody. He was a mental boy. He was 42 years. A Mr. from Deriso, who has a van, they said. He has a van. And so that this morning they asked them to come to the station to hear what he's saying.
There has been a slew of road crashes in the greater Vieux Fort Labrie area in the past few months, resulting in serious injuries and death. Citizens have been exhorting the authorities to implement traffic control measures and strict enforcement of the Road Traffic Act to reduce the incidence of mishaps. Winston Springer Jr., HDS News Force.